a bunch of numbers, right? In school, we're just given a bunch of numbers, right? We're given a bunch of these blocks, and we're expected to understand how to do it, right? Let's see. We're a bunch of these blocks, right? So if we add, I don't know, 24 plus 17, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 24 plus 17. Okay, we can do 24 plus 17. Let me do that. 24 plus 17, right? So now what do we do? Well, in school, we know we have to do that. We combine it, and then we have to make, so it's this, right? So that's the, because what do? We take the 6 and we add it over here. And then we get 1, 2, 3. And then we have to change this to a 10. So we get 41. So it's a little bit more cumbersome, right? But let's say we do this. We do it on the abacus, right? We have 24 plus 2 plus 4. We add 17 plus 1 plus 7. Is there enough to add the 7? No. So this is where we regroup, right? Plus the 7. We know 7 is equal to plus the 10 minus 3. So we plus the 10 and then we take away the 3. So my answer is 41. How is that problem on the abacus? Oh, so I just said that. So right, was that your answer, Panther? Right? Yes, perfect. So that's the difference, right? So it's more cumbersome. I mean, it's great to see, and then you got to start, like, every time you have a 10, you got to exchange it. So that's what they call regrouping. Whereas on abacus, we do the regrouping and then we also do the ungrouping. So we can do it backwards, right? So let's say, I don't know, we did 41, take away 17, right? Same thing. We take away the 1, we take away the 7. Is there enough to take away the 7? Well, no, there's not enough to take away the 7. We know this, but we also know there's, there's an opposite, right? What is the opposite? The opposite is minus the 7 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 3. Is 31 shown? Oh, yeah, because I took away the 17. So we have 41, right? We have 41, and we take away 17. So we take away 1, right? But now we're at 7. We're taking away the 7. And then the question is there enough beats to take away the 7? Right? Is there enough beats to take away 7? There's not enough to take away 7. So what do? That's where this comes in. We have to take away, can we take away the 5? No, we cannot take away the 5. So what's another way? We have to take away the 10. So to take away the 10, right? That's too many. We have to add the 3. And that's the pattern. So then we see it's 24. If that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. So I was actually in the middle of adding and subtracting. So that's why it's crucial to know. It is crucial to know. It's crucial to know the pairs. So these pairs are together and this pair is together. It just depends on if you're adding and subtracting. Yeah. All right. Any other questions? Oh, hey, there's 5 of us still on. It's a lot of abacus. But I do enjoy it. I do enjoy talking about it. But in making the workbooks. The reason why I made the workbooks was to make it interactive for the kids so it's not so boring, right? So in school it gets kind of boring and stuff, but I think it's interactive enough that the kids do enjoy it. So this is a puzzle. They answer the question and then they have to find the answer here, right? And so and this one was a hidden word. I liked hidden words, so I did hidden words. And then I had it where we did a maze. I like the maze. I like the maze. There's the maze. There's the maze again. But this is the plus 10s. But you know what I did like the most was the spin the wheel. So this spin the wheel was you take a paper clip and you add it as a spinner. Let me show you. And it was kind of nice. So it was just one of those things. So, and you take it and you spin it. And so then it lands on a number. You take that number and you put it here. Is it an even number or an odd number? So what I was trying to do is I was trying to get them to understand what the even number or the odd number was. 1 is a little more difficult because you can only do so many numbers. But like 9 was a good number. Or 4. Yeah, so six was a good number. I think 6 was a good number too. No, I mean, it was a little, there was a little duplicate, but there's only so many things you could do with the 6. So let me go to 8, 7. 7 was a better number, right? Because when you add 7 to any of these, right, 19 plus 7. So we do it. 19 plus 7, right? So we have 19, right? And then we add 7. Is there enough to add the 7? No, we don't have enough to add the 7. So we know 7 is equal to plus the 10 minus 3. We know this. So then we have to plus the 10 and then take away the 3. There you go. Hidden message activity is good too. You find out the message from the answers. Yes. Yeah, that was one of those things. And I try to make the words to be more like positive and affirmative and stuff. And this one I think was more science-based. Not science, but space. So I think I had like the word nebula. Where is it? Like nebula and asteroids. I hope I spelled asteroid right. But yeah, like it was kind of like one of those things. Yeah. But yeah, the hidden words, I think the hidden words was kind of nice for the kids too. But yeah, like, so the biggest thing was like get them to understand the concept and to, push them through. This one was, so in the +5, I used cats in a tree, and the tree was supposed to be the 5 frame, the 5 bead on the abacus. So the idea here was if I needed to add the 5, but I had to take away the 4, right? So it was 4 and then take away 2. I got to go to the cat tree, the cats in the tree. There's 5 cats in this tree. So if I grab 2 cats, 3 cats run away. So the idea was to try to be more story-like, but I don't know. I don't know if that's kind of lost. But, so the reason why I brought that up, because we talked about the cats in the tree, and then that's why we have cats in a spaceship. I had the same cats, but now they're in spaceship because this activity, this book was more it was space themed. So that's why I had the asteroids. Hopefully I spelled asteroids right. That would suck if I had spelled it wrong. So yeah, and then like that's what the pictures are. The pictures are like space. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for having a conversation with me. I really enjoy this, and thank you for like asking questions, because it's been very helpful to see where the disconnect would be. Like it'd be tough to like continue on and then not understanding what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? Oh, of course, my pleasure. I do plan to go on live at least. I want to go live every day. I haven't set a time yet, but then again, TikTok's going to be going away soon, maybe, I don't know, but I'm going to try to be more, on regular, and I'm going to, yeah, it was one of those things, but yeah, I'm actually in the process of making the +10s, or no, the -10s, and then I'm also in the process of making the -5s, and then the, foundational stuff, so I'm going to take, it's not going to be preschool, it's going to be more, level 1, book 1, because I called this book 2. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. So it was because I have a student that was going through, and I wanted to make sure that my student has the workbooks. So the difficult part is knowing the mental math, but then showing it on the abacus is different. Yes. Do you have a website? Yes. Tutoring sessions after TikTok is gone. Yes, I have tutoring sessions. I do have an online class. I do offer that. I should show, it's learningwithlynette.com. Let me see if I can find my paper. I don't know. Yeah, if TikTok ever leaves, I don't know. But if you can see, it's learningwithlynette.com. I do offer online, and then these are pre-recorded videos, or if you want me to teach, it's we can talk about it. Yeah, great thing about the books is even the college graduates are learning. Yeah, that was the thing. Like, I wasn't sure if college students would enjoy the activities. I mean, if they would enjoy the activities, then fine. If they didn't, I can make it more boring. You know what I mean? I just wasn't sure if it's cool enough for the college kids. You know, and then that was the hope, right? The idea is like if some college student is a teacher and then they want to teach their classes, you know, Abacus, then they have this foundation. And that was the hope. The hope is that it goes into and it trickles down to regular school. But, you know, it's just a hope. And so I'm just going to keep on creating worksheets and making sure that it's as interactive as possible. So I have like color by number. I mean, this one was for preschoolers because I was trying to gear towards 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds, and 5-year-olds because that was the gap that we were missing. But I do carry on to go into the plus 10s and the minus 10s. And these are available on Amazon. I mean, yeah. This one's available. The Christmas one is available on the TikTok shop, but I'm still trying to figure out how to do the TikTok shop. I mean, I'm still very new in the whole TikTok world. So I don't really push this one so much on the TikTok shop. Maybe I should, but I don't know. I'm not sure. But these are available on Amazon. I have an AA and a BA in graduate classes to be a teacher. Now just learning Abacus. Yeah. Yeah. What I was already old when I learned Abacus. I taught my kids though. And my kids, they didn't like it so much, but they do appreciate it now. But you know, they're still young and they don't understand why it was so good. But if I look at my kids and I look at the other people's kids, I know that my kids have a stronger number sense and they have the understanding like how the numbers work. Do I have it? I don't. Again, I don't like memorizing. I like the process, but I don't necessarily agree with. I mean, you have to memorize formulas in order to be quick, right? But it takes time to get there, just like in calculus and in algebra, right? The more you do it, the more you'll understand. I mean, I've been doing this for more than 20 years, and so teaching it online is a new thing for me. I actually teach in person, but I wanted to have a wider audience, and I was trying my luck with the online world, and also being more published. And I do feel more accomplished because now I have this book that I could say, you know what, I have this book that it's 12 lessons, and so far my one student is going through it, and he's 3. I had him at 3. He's 4 now, and it's taking him a year to go through just this book because he's still trying to understand what the numbers are and how it all relates. What are the formulas again? Oh, the formulas. So the formulas we call it plus 5 and plus 10. So that's the only formulas you really need to know. The next thing is to understand how to use them. So when we talk about formulas, we do plus 5. Sometimes, depending on what school you go to, they call it big friends and small friends. So this is the small friends, and then this is the big friends. Big friends. Big friends. In my school, we call it friends and family. Now, what does that mean? Well, we talk about how do you add the 5. So if I do plus 5, right, plus 4 is equal to 5. So then, 1 plus 4 is equal to 5. Or 3 plus 2 is equal to 5. And then 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. So that's everything. But now we have to start isolating, right? So when we isolate it, it's 4 is equal to plus 5 minus 1. 3 is equal to plus 5 minus 2. 2 is equal to plus 5 minus 3. And 1 is equal to plus 5 minus 4. If that makes sense. So then we have the other side, right? We do this one. We do plus 10s. Plus 10s. So we know 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. So then we start going down, right? 9 is equal to plus 10 minus 1. 8 equals to plus 10 minus 2. And then we just go down. Plus 10 minus 3. 6 is plus 10 minus 4. 5 is easy because it's plus 10 minus 5. Yeah. And then we just keep going. 4 is equal to plus 10. The reason why we do the plus in front, if you go to another class or if you go to another school, the reason why we do the plus is to know that we're adding, because there's the opposite, right? There's the opposite of minus the 9 is equal to minus the 10 plus the 1. So I remember there was like, I was trying to show this to one of my friends, and she's a preschool teacher. Anybody wants to do preschool. She's a preschool teacher, and she was like, why do you have the symbols in the front? We have the signs in the front so we know what we're trying to do. So we're adding the bead or taking away the bead. This is a reminder. This is a reminder of what we're trying to do. Yeah. So let me know if anybody has any questions. But thank you, Panther, for all of the questions. I hope this really helps. Not really helps, but I hope this helps. I hope it makes sense. Like Abacus, if you can break it down, I mean, I'm talking to you as an adult, not as a child, right? Like if I was talking to you as a child, I'd be like, well, you just got to know this, right? But oh yeah, I'm so happy you found my life too. Because I do enjoy conversations of Abacus. And that was the thing. Like it was really interesting to know, and it was an epiphany to understand numbers and the letters are actually symbols. If you really think about it, like really deep down, numbers and the letters are actually symbols, right? These are all symbols. And when we tell the kids to do math, we make them jump straight to these symbols. What is 1 plus 2? What is 2 plus whatever, right? But if you notice, letters is also a symbol. A letter, but you put it together, becomes a word, and now there's meaning. Whereas the numbers, if you make it standalone, there's a lot of meaning to it, but these are still symbols. And so it was an epiphany when I figured out, like, there's more to numbers in math than what we're trying to do. And these ones are specifically symbols. So when we relate to it, that's why Abacus is a gentle reminder of what the symbols mean. So we know that this is 3 or this is 4. It's a gentle reminder. Right? So, great. There's 8 people. Fantastic. Oh my God, I'm at 10,000K. Woo! Abacus is used for addition, subtraction, and multiplication, division. You know, you can do multiplication and division, but really, you're adding and taking away on the abacus. Because really what you're doing is you're moving the beads, but you're moving the beads in a way to take away. Just like what multiplication is in regular, right? In multiplication division, when we do long division, what is long division? Long division, I don't know a number. I would have to look one up. Long division is still the same thing. You're just taking away the bigger number, whatever this is, 2781, right? So you're still taking away, just like we're taking away. I mean, we could do this division. This should be easy. All right. So how do we do this division? I'm going to do division. I was not going to do it, but then doing division on the abacus is a little tricky because there's extra formulas that you would have to know how to remove. But let's see if this works out. So we have 2781 divided by 3. So we have 2781, divide that by 3. Now we need to do is, again, just like what we do with multiplication, right? We need to know where are we going to put the place value. So we have 1 digit here and we have 3 digits here, 4 digits. What we do in division is not add, right? Because remember in multiplication, we added to 2, right? We did 20 times 13. So what we did is we added. So 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. But this one in division, we actually had to do minus. So 4 minus 1 is equal to 3. So our place value is 3. 1, 2, 3. Why are we doing 3? Because we're trying to figure out where we're going to put the answer. So this is where I'm going to start. I'm going to put my answer that I'm going to divide. So we have this, right? We have 2781. We're going to put 2781 here. Why are we going to do that? So we can see and we can take away the number. So we're doing division on the abacus. So when we do it, it doesn't matter we have a decimal here. We're not worried about the decimal. We're just looking at the numbers itself right here. So, anybody have any questions? I'm going to continue on. So now what we're going to do is we have to compare. Is this number bigger than this number? If it is, if this number is bigger, then we're sitting here. If this number is bigger, then we have to put it over here. There's a whole like story behind it in my class, but I think in this situation I'll just talk about it like that. Right. So the question is what we're doing is we're comparing these two numbers. Which one is bigger? So this one is bigger. The 3 is bigger. So we're going to sit here and we're going to talk and we're going to be like, okay, 3 times what is equal to 27 or less? That's how we talk. And so what we know is 3 times 9 is equal to 27. So we add the 9, we put the answer here, the 9 here, and we have to take away the 27. That's the minus sign. So we take away the 20 and we take away the 7. Right? So now we still have a remaining number. So what we're going to do is we're going to compare again. Now we compare this number with the 3. Is this number, which is 8, bigger than this number? It is. So we're going to sit over here. There's a whole like rhyming on that. But because this number is bigger, we're going to sit here. So now the question is 3 times what is equal to 8 or less? So we say 3 times 3 is equal to 9? No, we want it to be less than 8. So it's 3 times 2 is equal to 6. So we have the 2 here, and then we take away 6 from here. Okay? We still have a remainder. So what do? We have to compare. This number is 2. Which is bigger, 2 or 3? The 3 is bigger, so we have to sit over here. And our question is 3 times what is equal to 21 or less? So we have to do 7. 7 is our answer, and we take away 21. Did that make sense? I don't usually do division because it's a little bit more complicated. But just like how we do here, we're just taking it away. We do that on the abacus. Oh, I don't know. Oh, okay, great. I thought you left. Sorry. Yes. So just like how we do here, right? In school, when we do long division, we're just taking away, and whatever. And then in abacus, we actually don't do like 27 divided by 3 is 9. We don't do it that way. When we talk about what is the missing factor. Because it's easier to know what the missing factor is because we know what the result is. Right? So, and that was the thing, like, I'm not saying that teaching division in school the way it is now is wrong. I just think it's a little bit more cumbersome. Whereas when we know our math facts, it's easy to see. And it's just one of those things like I feel like school makes it more complicated. Can you say what the answer is and how you read it? Oh yeah. So what is the answer? Okay, so let me finish my thought. So in school, I feel like we make it more complicated than it really is. If we just knew the fundamentals, if we knew our math fact, right? If we knew our multiplication fact families, then we would be solid in how to add, subtract, how to multiply and divide, and it would be like super easy. You know what I mean? So this number, when we look at it, right? If this is 5, we're going to count 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 here, right? But we have all of these. If this is my ones place, right? We have ones, tens, hundreds. So in the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. So this is 100. This is 900. 927. So 927. That's what the answer is. Ember 09. Yeah. So does that make sense? So that's why I feel like I think school makes arithmetic a little bit more complicated than it really is. If we just knew the fundamentals, like knowing this, right? Just knowing this, we're able to do everything under this, adding everything under the sun. And I feel like, like when the kids have to make a 10 and make a 20 and, all this strategies, I think doing all the strategies it gets too confusing. Like this, I think is like super confusing. And I think it's too much. I believe it's too much for anyone to do. But if you're a genius and you do this, then you do you. I'm not number smart at all. I like numbers. I see the numbers, but I don't absorb the numbers like I do on an abacus. I mean, that's why I take it slow. So, all right. Any other questions? I think I'm gonna end the live. I don't want to be on all night because I can talk. But I do want to make my worksheets, and I think my worksheets are kind of cool. So this one was like the tic-tac-toe, and I think that was kind of cool just to do like bead recognition. So, but again, I mean, everybody has to start to understand how does the beads look, and how do you read it? So, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, if there's no other questions, I'm going to see. I'll try to come on again. It's already it's 6:20 for me. I don't know if I'll come on later on tonight. It just depends. I guess I might. It just depends on how the energy is. But I do appreciate everybody coming on board. I don't know if this helps. I hope it makes sense. But there was a lot of talk. I mean, it took me a while to get to this. So I'm not saying that you need to know like right now. I mean, it took me a while to understand what we were trying to do and what we're trying to be. I mean, but don't forget, I've been doing abacus and teaching abacus for about 20 years. So, I mean, if you don't get it now, that's perfectly fine. But if you're willing to like stick with all the lives and my workbooks and so forth, then, I think it does do wonders. So, I mean, I'm not like fast like my kids. Like my kids are super fast. I'm not fast at all. I'm super slow, but I do have a better sense of what's going on. But I think because I'm doing these, I'm a little bit more creative, right? And I did wish that my kids were able to do this. Before I forget though, all of the worksheets have an answer sheet, just in case you didn't understand. But they all should have answer sheets. I don't have answer sheets for this one, but I should put it in. I don't, but it will. The next one will. And yeah, so that's a little bit about me. But I do enjoy abacus. I just wish abacus was part of regular school. But if that was the case, then I don't know what I'd be doing. All right. If there's no other questions, I'm gonna head out and end the live. I've been on for quite some time now, and thank you everybody for the hearts and stuff. I do appreciate it. All right. So I'm going to sign off and thank you again. Have a good night and I'll see you tomorrow. If there was no other questions. Okay. Thank you everybody. Thank you so much for the hearts. I do appreciate it. So hopefully I'll see Panther again tomorrow. And we'll talk more. You know what? Marinate on what I said. And you have any questions and you want me to repeat, I will be happy to repeat. So let me know if you have any questions. I was going to go through some of my posts and see if I can answer some of those questions. But yeah, I do have an online class and they're all videos. The videos are short too. They're only like less than 5 minutes. Yeah. Oh yeah. See, Learning with Lynette. That's my website. All right. Tic-tac-toe example? Oh yeah. You want the tic-tac? Yeah. So the tic-tac-toe, this one was just more bead recognition. Right. So the idea was to teach the kids how to play tic-tac-toe, and 2, it was more about bead recognition, right? So the child gets to pick wherever they get to go. And what I did is I made sure that all the numbers were different. So the child gets to pick wherever they want to go. Let's say I want to go here. So it's O's turn. So they would have to tell me what number this is. Can you tell me what number this is? This one right here. Yes, 1, right? How do we know? Because that's the 1 bead, right? So there'd be 0. So then I'd be X, and I would answer this, and this is 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 here, and then my X would go here. And then, where do you want to go, Panther? Tell me, either top, middle, right, middle, bottom, or middle, left. Your turn. Middle, which one? Middle, top, middle, bottom, middle, left. Middle, oh, here, 5. So this is the 5, and so then I'm actually going to go here. So it'd be 4, my X. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's my tic-tac-toe, and I win. So this was about bead recognition. And I think it was kind of nice for the kids to know what tic-tac-toe is. But, I made it like Abacus driven or math driven because I wanted them to, I don't want them to just know tic-tac-toe. So that's one of my examples. Yeah. So this is going to be one of my classes that I'm going to have, and I'm going to teach them how to play tic-tac-toe. And there's like a whole, so, yep. Okay. Yeah, so let me know, Panther, if you have any more questions for tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow. I think I'm going to try to go on in the morning. And I'm going to try to go again in the afternoon, depending on where the kids are. Because, my kids are still young. So, oh yeah, you're welcome, Panther. Let me know. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm happy you're on board and you're asking all these questions because they're really good questions. I hope I was able to explain it well and slow down. We have an hour difference. I'm in... okay, yeah. So if I go live tomorrow, I think that's Friday. I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't have a set schedule when I'm going to go live. But I will see what I could do to be more regular, depending on how long TikTok is. So you have a good night, and I will see you. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Bye, everybody. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. I can get notified. Oh yeah, that's right. You can get notified. I'm still very new to this TikTok world. I mean, my kids were like on it, and but it's one of those things. Like, I really do enjoy lives because I feel like it slows down a little bit because we can have a conversation. Thank you. Have a good night. Bye, everybody. Bye, Panther.